Hey, church. It's your pastor. Yesterday was a remarkable day in American history. It was a tragic day in American history, and it was a sad day in American history for a lot of reasons. The moment we start talking about it now, it feels like the conversation has to be political. And I want to make this comment to you anything but political. Everybody has varying perspectives and varying thoughts on issues of this election, issues about how they feel about government in general, how they feel about Democrats, how they feel about Republicans, how they feel about candidates, how they feel about incumbents, how they feel about exiting officers, all of those things. And that's not the point here. We are the church, and that means that we are the bride of Christ. That means that we are the representatives of the kingdom of God on earth that will always in some ways stand in opposition to the kingdom of the world and will be ambassadors into the kingdom of the world. Both of those things are true. We are aliens and we are ambassadors. I want to share with you briefly a text. Jesus, right as he's preparing to face the cross, has his encounter with his disciples. And of course he washes their feet and he announces that one would betray him. And he has a lengthy discourse with the disciples. In that context, in John chapter 14, knowing what they're about to face, knowing that they're going to face accusations, knowing that there's going to be a kind of social upheaval, knowing that he'll be the epicenter of the upheaval. Here's what he says. This is John 14:27. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives, do I give to you. Let not your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid. Elsewhere, you're familiar with Jesus saying, take heart. I've overcome the world. Right? He doesn't give us a peace as the world gives, and he has overcome the world. What we saw yesterday was people being overcome by the world and grappling for power in the world. And I want you to know something. As members of the bride of Christ, as those who have given their life to Jesus Christ, who are members of an eternal kingdom, you don't have to get anything from the world. And you don't ever have to worry about being overcome by the world. So don't for a moment feel displaced, disconcerted, scared or fearful about what took place yesterday in our nation's capital. Don't for a moment let anger and political angst so fester in you that you look like the world. Instead, let God, his glorious gospel, and the prospect of life in his eternal kingdom be that which wakes you up, which lays you down to bed, and which gives mission, vibrance, vitality, and joy to every day of your life. It's really important that as the church, we don't lose our bearings right now. It's really important that as the church, we continue to make disciples. It's really important that as the church, we make sure that our minds and hearts are zeroed in on the gospel of Jesus Christ. That is the eternal thing. All else, well, that'll be trouble for today and likely trouble for tomorrow. May the Lord strengthen you today, and may you with confidence rest in him as a child of his. Take care.